wasn't expecting it to sound like that actually, very raspy. Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today at Porsche Centre Portsmouth for something a little bit different actually. Now, I've previously done quite a few car collection days in the past, some of which have been my own, like the M140i or Golf R. By the way, excuse how filthy that is. I'll show you around that in a second, it's disgusting. But yeah, this one's gonna be a little bit different because a subscriber of mine to the channel has invited me along today to join him to collect his new 718 Cayman GT4. So it's something a tad different, okay? But I've never been here to Porsche Centre Portsmouth, even though it is fairly local to me. So I'm excited to have a wander around. You might spot one of the nicest GT4s back there of the previous generation, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, really excited about this, and yeah, something a little bit different. So yes, I cleaned this yesterday in terms of filming this, but I actually did a very long trip with all the salt on the roads and everything, and because I live in the middle of nowhere, the roads are absolutely filthy, but still looking awesome on the Motec Stance Plus, and now with the GPF Delete by Cobra. In fact, that was the video I filmed yesterday, so that's why it's so dirty, because I drove about 400 miles in it yesterday. But still, it does look quite cool when it's filthy dirty, doesn't it? But anyway, enough of that. On to some Porsches. Now, outside, we'll have a quick run around of what we got out here. A couple of 992s here, very nice colour on that. But the car I especially want to focus on is that GT4, the previous generation GT4. But before we get over there, a couple more here. Actually, that might be the same colour. I've got some Cayennes and some Macans. I might spy this green one up here, which I'll show you briefly as well. A couple of Panameras, Sport Turismo. Tell you what, let's have a quick look at this. Very dark blue on this. I think these are really quite underrated. This is like one of the ultimate dailies, going up against the likes of the RS6. Maybe, well, even the... actually, that's not a daily. I was going to say the Zagato shooting brake, but awesome. Panamera 4S. Stunning colour as well, very subtle. Anyway, let's have a look at this Macan up here. Look at the colour on this. I actually really like this. It kind of portrays quite similar to the wrap I had on my Golf R previously, but this is the new Macan, I think. You can tell that by the full length light at the back. But yeah, a little peek inside. I love Porsche interiors. I love all the little buttons you get in the middle and everything. Awesome. Anyway, look at this. Now I'm unsure on the colour, but it's like a very electric blue for sale here. It's the Club Sport package, similar to the one which we'll be collecting today, although the one we're collecting today is the latest one, the 718. Look at that yellow roll cage. So you can tell that it's the Club Sport package because it has that. I think the Sport Chrono package as well, and the harnesses, which I don't think are installed at the moment. But I just love these things. I think for me, my kind of a goal or my dream first supercar is a Porsche GT car, whether it's a GT4 or a GT3 Gen 1. I just love them. I'm kind of leaning towards the GT3 actually, because naturally aspirated, 9,000 RPM, why not? But I love that contrast between the blue, the black and the yellow. Stunning car. Anyway, I think we should head on inside because this place is huge. So we've got some more stock in there. Before we get the covers off, the GT4, well, the other one at least. So then, inside the dealership now, and it's not just some of the modern stuff. We've got a 993 here. How cool is that? GT silver car, very traditional. Stunning. Looking pretty mint as well, actually. Lava orange 718 as well. For the standard variety, not the GT4. Got another Sport Turismo over here, finished in, I think, GT silver as well. The acid green touches, because it's an e-hybrid. So you get those, I believe, from standard, actually. Again, stunning interior on this. Look at the wing as well. So basically how this works is when it's kind of sat down flush, obviously it's a lot shorter because these bits here kind of fold in and overlap each other. So when you put the wing up, it kind of goes like that. It's really, really cool. But yeah, love these things. Anyway, we're going to whiz upstairs real quick because up there is the highlight for me. Past the 993 again. Right, let's show you up here. Huge place actually, this. Awesome. So, up here, got some nice pictures on the wall. Stunning spec on the 992, but look at this. Holy moly, Miami Blue Gen 1 GT3 RS. Stunning. And it's not over the top as well, like it's out there and garish, but it's subtle, okay? It's nicely spec'd, I think at least. You've got the decals down the side in satin black. You got the carbon ceramics, which are identified via the yellow calipers. If they were red, it means they're just the standard steel brakes. So I can find some. Ah, there we go. I'm not sure they're an option on the 992 actually, but very subtle spec. Grey on grey on grey on red. But oh yeah, look at that at the back as well. Porsche decal along the back. Got the cage in the back. Look at that. Lovely. One day. Only thing which I would personally change is the red seatbelts to yellow, because it's kind of out of theme a bit. Another Sport Turismo Panamera. That's a nice colour. Actually, I think that might be the same as the GT4, which I showed you outside. Got 997 Turbo S up there as well. But this is absolutely stunning. Anyway, enough of this. I think I've pretty much shown you everything that there is to see here. I think we should get the covers off the GT4. So here we are then, the covers are now off the 718 GT4, revealing what is an extremely menacing spec. The colour is like a flat black. I'm not sure if there's some sort of technical name, but it's not a metallic black, it's a flat black with the satin black wheels with the yellow calipers, which obviously indicate the fact that it's got carbon ceramics. As for the engine, we've got a 4-litre flat 6, which is a surprisingly similar block to the 992, but it's just been bored out to be 1 litre bigger, and of course with the turbos removed. You're looking at 414 brake horsepower, 420 newton meters of torque, and actually a surprising stat of 50% more downforce than the previous generation. Another interesting stat with this car is that it's 12 seconds quicker around the Nürburgring than the previous generation, which is actually similar to the time of the 997 GT3 RS 4-litre, which is an incredibly legendary car, especially these days. Anyway, looking inside the car, we can see that this is finished in full black leather with the contrast yellow stitching. This car has the Club Sport package, which is, I think, key for one of these. Absolutely stunning option. With that, you get the 918 bucket seats, so literally the seats from the 918 Spider. We get the Sport Chrono package, the 6-point harnesses, and of course that roll cage. As for the gearbox, we have a 6-speed manual. PDKs aren't actually available until next year, so the slightly later cars will have that option. But I think in a GT4, the only option is to have a manual. It's a complete driver's car, so I think a PDK would probably be a little bit wasted on one of these. But yeah, here we go. The covers are off, and this thing is looking absolutely stunning. So then, it's time for the first startup. I love these pipes set up back here. I wasn't expecting it to sound like that actually, very raspy. Anyway, running outside. Wait a minute, don't you leave before I get to kiss you. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah. So I think that's going to be it for me today. I thought I'd come back up here and drool over this thing. I mean, that is nice. Very, very nice indeed. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. The GT4 is now off, being enjoyed by its owner, or was it he didn't want to feature on camera because this YouTube thing is only for a select amount of people, you know. Some people don't like having cameras thrown in their face, which I completely understand. But anyway, if you're watching, congratulations and thank you once again for inviting me down. I can't believe I've never been here before to Porsche Centre Portsmouth, even though it's fairly local to me. So, I mean, if there's going to be more of those here, then I'll be here. But anyway, that's going to wrap things up for today's video. Slightly shorter one than normal, I think, but I hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure to subscribe for all the adventures.